How to set up a letter template in PPS. When logged into PPS, navigate to the Tools option at the top of your window and select Activity Templates, Letters, Emails, etc. from about halfway down that list. So clicking on that option will bring you to another window here which will show you all of your existing activity templates. So to add a brand new one, simply click onto Add at the bottom, which will then bring you into this window here where you can start setting up your template. So the first thing to do is give your template a name. And then on the right hand side you can choose a template category. So this is where you'll decide if the template that you're setting up is for a particular purpose, such as a booking confirmation or a reminder. Or if it's kind of more of an ad hoc thing like my GP referral letter, you can set it as non-specific or general at the bottom here. We can also choose a type. Now this is more for your benefit in terms of adding a filter to this particular template. So if you've got a huge list of guides, adding a type makes it easier to choose from when you're looking at that huge list. So I can either choose from the drop down menu here, or I can add a brand new type by just typing it into that box. And when I save this template, that type will then be in the drop down menu for me to choose from when adding a brand new template. Now just below there I have my letter tab already open, so that will be open as default when you're creating any new activity templates. So I can go ahead and start filling out the information here. So the first thing you'll want to do is add a subject. Now this subject line will appear in your client log when you've created this activity. So having a nice descriptive subject line here will allow you to see at a glance what this activity was relating to without actually having to open up the activity and reading all of the content. Now just below there we have two options in terms of how we actually want to create the body or the content of the letter. So just at the bottom here we have the option to use letters using PPS. Now this will use the built-in template that already exists in PPS, which you can add your letterhead and logo to. And then we can just type up the content of the message in this section here. So this is just free text and I can just type away. Now on the right hand side we have options to add merge fields like we do with any of our other templates. So I can click onto merge field, choose my appropriate merge field and then drop that into my letter text section here. Now alternatively, if you already have an existing document or you prefer to create your templates in something like Microsoft Office using Word for example, you can do that also. So rather than using this section here, the letters using PPS, I can ignore that and then just focus on the letters using your Office applications section at the top here. So if I don't already have an existing template, but I would still prefer to create that in Word for example, I can select Create a New Document, which will then allow me to open up Word and then create my template there. Now the other option is if I already have an existing document that I already use, I can choose Select Existing Document, which will then allow me to search my PC for my existing template and then bring it through to PPS. So once I've selected an existing document, you'll see that the option to create a new document now changes to modify existing documents. So even when I've brought that into PPS, if I do need to make further changes, I can use that modify button here, which will then open up my letter template so that I can make further changes to it before saving this new activity template here. And right at the bottom, we have this option with every activity template. We can set a follow-up. So if you want to follow up this letter, so whenever I create this activity template in PPS, if I want to then follow that up, I can select follow up here, choose how I'd like to follow that up, how long after this template has been sent that I would like to follow it up, and with what other template I would like to follow it. So once I've gone through all of my options and I'm happy with my template, I can click on to save. And that will then add your template to your list of existing templates, and that's now ready for you to use in PPS.